Right, ladies and gents, welcome to April the 22nd. It's now Wednesday afternoon and it's another cracking day. So this is a view over what is our caravan site usually. Kind of obviously there's nobody there. But you can just probably make out horses over there in their sow paddocks. And hopefully you can hear birds twittering away as well. So I don't think I've actually shown you this side before. This is usually our tennis court. So the tennis court's in this area here. As we've got no caravanners and it's very quiet at the moment, we've not sorted it out. Plus the fact the big mower, the Mastiff, she stopped working, we've broken her. So we're trying to get that fixed. So yeah, this was the old orchard. Or is an old orchard. If you've been in my previous videos, you'll have seen that through there, if you can make it out very well, there's one pillar and there's another pillar there. This used to be the main entrance to the estate back in the day. The one that we use now is actually the servants, the servants' entrance. So yeah, this used to run straight through our deer park and straight up to the next farm. And then it used to come straight down here, pretty much where them dafts are, running through towards the house. There is actually pictures of the horse-drawn carriages at the front of the main house. So yeah, it's a little bit interesting down here. I quite like this little bit. Right, I'll try and get out of the wind a little bit as well. So you'll see this raised section, the steps, and the yew trees as well. So funnily enough, we call this the yew walk. And the idea was, back in, well, 1800s, when ladies and gentlemen were not supposed to fraternise with each other, the idea was that they'd be seen from all this area around here. So you'd have a nice romantic walk, social distanced. But yeah, you'd basically walk up across the top of this and then you'd see over the land, over the views towards town. I'll go up. Ooh. So it's a bit overgrown these days, but so yeah, you'd have a view out that way. It's all changed a bit since I put it in late, but ooh. So you'd have a nice panoramic view. Spit it out. Across there, and then obviously all over the parkland. And then obviously time went on. I'll come back down again. These trees were planted. Now these trees, I think it was 1908, I think it was, that these were planted. These are apple trees. What variety they are, I have no idea. But they used to actually extend out a bit further down towards the fish ponds. I don't know if you can make out, there's actually some divots in the ground. When I first started here, there was a big, I can't remember what bush it was, in there, we're talking 15 years ago now. There's a big shrub in the corner over there, and then a few of these trees had fallen over. We have started replanting with pears and apples and stuff, just try and fill it in. But these were left in the traditional way of basically getting long and leggy, and then you'd have really long steps to get up there to pick your fruit. Unfortunately, I say we lost those ones, they all fell over as their roots have started failing. What I've done this morning actually is taken a couple of limbs off this one, because I don't know where you're actually going to see it, but there's a few signs that show you if a tree's moved, and that shouldn't be that far apart. The distance between the tree crowns have increased. There's also, I don't know how well the dappled shade shows you, but there's actually a hump in the ground as well, and there's a great big crack in it as well. I don't know if it'll pick it up very well, but yeah, it's moving. So I've had to take one little branch off there and another one up there just to try and help it out. What we are going to do is unfortunately basically pollard them all. So I'm going to have to take the tops out, as I think that one's moved as well now. And this one's showing signs of movement as well. I can't speak today. There's another hump down there. So it's a bit unfortunate, but I think it's going to have to be done. It's either that or we lose the trees basically. But I'm not going to do it now. I'll hold on to the back end, just coming out into blossom really nicely. Hopefully the frost won't get them and kill them off. But we do have a bit of work to do down here anyway. The steps have been in disrepair since, well, as long as I remember. And the boss actually wants to prune back these yew trees. And that one looks a bit funny and a bit off and a lot shrubbier, because that poplar just there in the middle broke a big limb out, and that limb dropped into that yew tree about 10 years ago or so, when I first started climbing. So she's not the prettiest yew tree, but it's about as much as I could do at the time. And then this is our fish ponds as well, what we call fish ponds. Unfortunately it's silted up and somebody decided to put a load of plants in it. So yeah, brilliant. But again, this has been in a bit of disrepair as well. There used to be hawthorn trees dotted all the way down this side, but again they succumbed to water and pretty much drought, because in the middle of summer this actually empties out. You can just about see bricks down there of where the bridge used to be. I remember there being a bridge here when I was at school. Don't know how well you can see those two pillars now. So yeah, if we actually had this for a stock pond, I don't know. It would have been quite nice if it was, to be honest. It's not very deep either. Again, we've got photos of school pupils, I think it was in the 70s, digging this all out by hand. It's kind of clear in there as well. It's quite clear water. But yeah, the moorhens have had a hatch anyway. So, or brood as they call them. So I think there's 5 little ducklings, well, moorhen chicks, kicking around. We do have some ducks as well apparently. So there are some ducklings themselves kicking around. But yeah, so I thought I'd just kind of do a quick wander around and show you what we've got here. And so this is a side you won't see very often with me, because all I do in here is cut grass. And nobody wants to see me cutting grass. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that, and I'm going to go for my lunch. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you later. Cheers, bye.